Have you ever wondered how elite athletes sharpen their focus without even touching a ball? Or how NASA astronauts mentally prepare for months of isolation in space, using the same psychological tools as top business leaders? Today we'll uncover the secret link between psychology and success in every field. Whether you're an athlete, a leader, or just curious about how your own mind works, this journey is for you. Welcome to Prottayon, where we make learning fun, accessible, and designed to spark your curiosity. Did you know that mental visualization can boost athletic performance by 35%, according to the American Journal of Sports Psychology? Or that astronauts use these same techniques to stay mentally strong in space? What if you could apply these principles to your own life? Let's dive in and find out. Let's get stuck into sports. Did you know that up to 90% of elite athletes reckon mental strength is just as important, if not more so, than physical ability? Behind the scenes, sports psychologists are key to building that mental resilience with techniques like visualization and positive self-talk. And these strategies don't just work for athletes, they can be useful for all of us. So what's visualization and why does it work? It's like running through the winning moment in your mind, training your brain to expect success. Research shows that athletes who use visualization see a 15 to 35% boost in performance, essentially like adding an extra player on the field. It's not just for sports though. Surgeons, public speakers, and business leaders all use this technique to prepare for high-pressure situations. Take Virgil van Dijk, Liverpool's captain. After suffering a serious ACL injury in 2020, his recovery wasn't just about healing his knee, it was about staying mentally focused. His sports psychologist helped him with visualization and positive self-talk, proven methods that help athletes perform under pressure. Van Dijk returned stronger, and in 2019 he became the first defender in 14 years to win UEFA Men's Player of the Year. Simone Biles, one of the greatest gymnasts of all time, showed the world the importance of mental health at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. She worked with her psychology team using cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, to manage the twisties, a mental block that affected her coordination. CBT isn't just for athletes, it's used widely to help people deal with stress, anxiety, and everyday challenges. Then there's James Turner, the Australian Paralympic sprinter. In 2024, he set a world record in the T36 400 meter, despite recovering from illness. His sports psychologist guided him with mindfulness and goal setting, techniques proven to reduce stress and improve focus. According to studies from the British Psychological Society, mindfulness can lower stress by 30%, which is useful in all areas of life, not just sports. These mental strategies aren't just for athletes, they're tools we can all use in work, studies, or personal challenges. That's what we're all about here at Prottayon, helping you unlock your potential by understanding how the mind works. If you're curious to learn more, head over to apa.org or sportspsychologytoday.com for plenty of articles and resources. And if you're considering a career in psychology, those are great places to get started. So what's been your biggest mental challenge? Whether it's in sports, work, or life, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's chat in the comments. And if you're keen to give it a go, try apps like Calm or Insight Timer. They're great for building mental focus and resilience. Have you ever wondered how much of a leader's success comes from emotional intelligence rather than technical skills? According to the Harvard Business Review, 90% of top business leaders believe that emotional intelligence, EQ, is more important than IQ for success. But who helps these leaders unlock their potential? Take Dr. Laura Gallagher from the US. She's an organizational psychologist who helps leaders build self-awareness and empathy, two pillars of EQ. Her work shows that emotionally intelligent leaders create more collaborative, innovative teams. It's not just about hitting business goals, it's about understanding people and building trust, which is key in leadership today. Dr. Claudia Feitosa Santana, a Brazilian psychologist, teaches leaders in high-pressure environments how to use empathy and emotional resilience to manage stress. The result? Her clients see team productivity rise by 20%, even in tough economic climates, proving that psychology can drive business success globally. In Kenya, Dr. Patricia Murugami is reshaping how African leaders approach self-leadership and emotional triggers. She empowers leaders to create inclusive, emotionally intelligent workplaces, proving that success in leadership is universal. Meanwhile, the GROW model, developed by the UK's Sir John Whitmore, gives leaders a structured way to handle high-stakes decisions. The goal, reality, options, will framework is used by coaches worldwide to help leaders stay calm under pressure and make thoughtful decisions. Psychological safety, a concept from Dr. Amy Edmondson at Harvard, has transformed workplaces. When employees feel safe to speak up, teams become 12 times more engaged, fostering innovation and creativity. It's psychology in action, transforming not just businesses but also the way we work together. Finally, stress management is another area where psychology is key. Studies from the American Institute of Stress reveal that leaders who practice mindfulness are 30% more effective at handling pressure. Mindfulness allows leaders to stay grounded and make clearer decisions, even in the heat of the moment. If you're curious about developing your own emotional intelligence, check out Dr. Tasha Urich for content on self-awareness. For practical tools to boost your leadership, head to mindtools.com. Which leadership techniques do you use in your day-to-day life? How do you handle emotional challenges in the workplace? Let's share strategies in the comments. Ever wonder why some video games can keep you playing for hours even when you've got other things to do? There's a reason for that, and it's all about psychology. Game designers use psychological principles like reward systems, habit formation, and even emotional triggers to keep players engaged. Let's break it down. One key element is the reward system. Whether it's unlocking a new character, leveling up, or getting in-game achievements, these small rewards trigger a release of dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. It's the same reaction you get from a compliment or a prize. Games like Fortnite keep you hooked through random rewards, much like a slot machine, but it's not just about rewards. There's something called flow, which Dr. Jamie Madigan, a psychologist specializing in gaming, describes as that state where you're so absorbed in what you're doing that time flies by. Game designers build challenges that strike a balance between difficulty and skill, keeping players right in that sweet spot. For example, games like Duolingo, which help you learn new languages, use similar psychological techniques. Progress tracking and instant feedback keep users motivated to return every day. According to research from the International Journal of Gaming Studies, players who receive frequent feedback and rewards are 40% more likely to stay engaged. Psychology in gaming isn't just about fun. Games like Duolingo use these principles to help people build positive habits, like learning a new skill. Imagine applying these same strategies to your own life, breaking tasks into small rewards to keep yourself motivated. Want to dive deeper into the psychology behind gaming? Check out Dr. Rachel Cowart's YouTube channel for more insights, or head over to gamestudies.org for research on the psychology of gaming. Which games have given you the most rewarding in-game experiences, and which ones completely missed the mark for you? Let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Alright, time for a quick challenge. Here's a psychology pop quiz for you. Which of the following groundbreaking psychological experiments was used to train artificial intelligence systems? A. A study on how rats navigate a maze. B. A psychological study on emotional responses in plants. C. A human experiment on the placebo effect. D. A study on decision-making patterns in octopuses. Drop your guess in the comments, and we'll reveal the surprising answer at the end of the video. Fashion isn't just about trends, it's about psychology. Did you know that the colours you wear can actually change your mood and even affect how others see you? Take the colour red, for example. According to research from the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology, wearing red can make you seem more confident, powerful, and even more attractive to others. That's why you'll often see athletes, politicians, and business leaders wearing red during important events. It sends a strong message of confidence and determination, but it's not just for big occasions. Think about how you feel when you wear certain colours. Ever notice how a bright, bold colour can make you feel energized, while neutral tones might make you feel calm? In Japan, researchers found that blue is linked to boosting creativity and creating a sense of calm and trust. That's why tech companies and creative industries often use blue in their branding. Luxury brands like Gucci and Louis Vuitton use psychology in their store designs too. Ever noticed how minimalist their stores are, with open spaces and carefully placed products? This isn't just for aesthetics, it's psychology in action. Minimalist environments signal exclusivity and wealth, making you feel like you're buying something truly special. But fashion psychology doesn't just apply to luxury brands or business leaders. We all use fashion as a form of self-expression. Whether you're putting on a sharp suit for an important meeting or your favourite hoodie for a casual day out, what you wear affects how you feel about yourself. Dr. Carolyn Mayer, a UK-based fashion psychologist, focuses on how clothing influences self-esteem and mood. Her research has helped brands like H&M create collections that promote positive body image and mental well-being. Want to learn more about the psychology behind fashion? Check out fashionpsychologyfield.org. It's packed with articles on how fashion shapes behaviour and emotions. What's an outfit that's made you feel more confident or even more relaxed? I'm curious what other people think. Personally, I love a vibrant floral shirt in summer. Let's talk about it in the comments. When we think of space exploration, we usually imagine the physical challenges, zero gravity, cramped spaces, or dodging space debris. But one of the biggest challenges astronauts face is mental. In space, you're isolated, confined, and far from Earth for long periods. That's where psychology comes in. Astronauts undergo intense psychological training to prepare for these conditions. Take Scott Kelly, an American astronaut who spent a year aboard the International Space Station. His mission wasn't just a physical feat, it was a psychological one. Kelly worked closely with NASA's psychological support teams, using techniques like cognitive behavioral strategies to manage the stress of isolation. He often said, "You have to prepare mentally to be comfortable with the uncomfortable." Mental resilience is crucial for surviving long-duration missions. Yuri Gagarin, the first human in space, wasn't just trained technically, he was psychologically conditioned to handle the immense stress of being the first person to leave Earth. Soviet space psychologists helped him build the mental toughness needed to stay calm under pressure, even in the most unknown of environments. China's space program has also prioritized psychological preparation. Liu Yang, China's first female taikonaut, credits her success during space missions to rigorous mental conditioning. Chinese astronauts practice mindfulness and stress management techniques before their missions, helping them stay focused and resilient during long space flights. NASA's research shows that astronauts who practice mindfulness are 30% more effective at handling stress in extreme environments. Mindfulness keeps astronauts grounded and helps them manage their emotions, even when they're millions of miles from home. Interested in the psychology behind space exploration? Check out NASA's Human Research Program. They've got fascinating articles on how astronauts prepare mentally for the harsh realities of space. As for me, I'd love to go to space, but I'm scared of heights and flying. So yeah, I don't think space travel is for me, haha. What about you? If you were living in space for a year, what do you think would be your biggest psychological challenge? Let me know in the comments. Psychology isn't just for athletes, business leaders, or astronauts. It's something we use every single day, often without even realizing it. From the decisions we make to how we interact with others, psychology shapes our daily lives in more ways than we know. Take smiling, for instance. Did you know that simply smiling can trick your brain into feeling happier, even if you're not in the best mood? This is known as the facial feedback hypothesis. According to research from the University of Kansas, forcing yourself to smile can reduce stress and lower your heart rate. So the next time you're feeling a bit down, try smiling. It's one of the easiest ways to boost your mood. We also use psychology when making decisions, especially when time is short. Ever made a quick decision and wondered why? That's often due to heuristics, mental shortcuts our brains use to make judgments quickly. According to Nobel Prize-winning psychologist Daniel Kahneman, these shortcuts help us navigate everyday choices efficiently, but they can also lead to biases. For example, confirmation bias is our tendency to seek out information that supports what we already believe. Whether it's choosing news sources that confirm our views or interpreting events through our own lens, this bias shapes how we see the world. The American Psychological Association suggests that becoming aware of this bias can help us make more balanced, informed decisions. And let's not forget about how psychology plays a role in building relationships. Ever heard of the reciprocity principle? It's the idea that when someone does something nice for us, we feel compelled to return the favor. It's a core part of social interaction and helps build trust. In fact, studies show that the reciprocity principle can increase cooperation in groups by 45%, according to the Journal of Social Psychology. Want to dive deeper into how psychology shapes your daily life? I recommend searching for YouTube channels that explore psychology in daily life. You'll find plenty of fascinating insights to start your journey. What's one psychological principle you've noticed in your own life? Let's chat about it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. As we've seen throughout this journey, psychology isn't confined to a single field, it's everywhere. From the mental resilience of athletes to the emotional intelligence that drives business leaders, psychology shapes how we think, feel, and succeed. Whether it's finding calm in space, using color to boost our mood, or even making decisions in the heat of the moment, understanding how our minds work can unlock new potential in every area of life. At Prottayon, we believe that knowledge is power, and psychology is the key to unlocking that power. Learning about the mind shouldn't just be limited to textbooks. It's something that can enrich our lives, spark our passions, and help us navigate the challenges we face. If today's video sparked your curiosity, I encourage you to dive deeper into these topics. Check out resources like psychologytoday.com for accessible articles on a range of psychological concepts, or explore books like Daniel Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow to gain a deeper understanding of how we make decisions. And don't forget, you can be a part of this journey by subscribing to Prottayon for more educational content that inspires curiosity and personal growth. Your thoughts matter, and I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing about psychology that you found surprising or useful in today's video? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's keep the conversation going. Keep questioning, keep learning, and remember, your mind is your greatest tool. Stay curious, stay inspired, and most importantly, take care of yourselves. Now let's get to the answer for our pop quiz. The question was, which of the following groundbreaking psychological experiments was used to train artificial intelligence systems? If you guessed B, a psychological study on emotional responses in plants, you're right. Research into how plants respond to human emotions has helped shape emotional AI, improving how AI simulates human-like reactions. Here's how the other options connect to psychology. A study on how rats navigate a maze. This research has been vital for understanding learning and memory. It's closely tied to reinforcement learning, which AI uses to learn tasks by trial and error, similar to how rats learn to navigate mazes. C. A human experiment on the placebo effect. The placebo effect shows the power of belief in health outcomes. Researchers are now looking at how AI might one day simulate psychological support, potentially helping patients experience relief through AI-driven mental health care. D. A study on decision-making patterns in octopuses. Octopuses offer insights into decentralized intelligence, where decisions are made without central control. This idea is influencing next-gen AI systems that can operate autonomously, much like how octopuses use their arms to think independently. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay inspired, stay curious, and take care of yourselves.